Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, Miss LaCasa, Miss Amazing, where you will find everything amazing here. Absolutely. So, I know the last couple of videos have been like real deep and just hitting on a lot of stuff. But I share those things with you because I'm hoping that it resonates with you. I'm hoping that you can be an overcomer like me. I'm hoping that you can take all of the childhood crap and the family crap and the friends crap and you can put it on the shelf and you can move past it so that you can be your greater self, right? And that you will trust the Lord the entire journey of your life, that He will give you peace, He will give you comfort, He will be there for you when you feel like there isn't anyone else there for you. Because a lot of times people are not just not there for you because they don't like you, right? They're not there for you because they can't be there for themselves, right? If they can't be there for themselves, how can they be there for you? Or they may be just going through some stuff. Give them a pass, forgive them, and keep living. Aside from that, so let me tell y'all, I love to skate. Yeah, I do. I do. I like to skate and I like tennis. So, in my mindset, I'm going to be this Venus and Serena superstar or little cousin. Yeah, maybe a little cousin. Anyway, I'm gonna be the cousin to Venus and Serena, and I like to skate. I developed my love for skating from my Uncle Sire. My Uncle Sire, to me, is the best human on the planet. Now, how he shows up in the world, I don't know, but in my eyes, he can do no wrong. Anyway, so I said that to say he used to work at the local skating rink in Detroit, and that's originally where I'm from, right? So, um, as a child growing up, I wanted to be just like my Uncle Sire. I wanted to be a boy like Uncle Sire. I look. I couldn't wait to grow up. I was like, Psh, my name is gonna be LaCasa Uncle Sire Jr. Anyway, so with that being said, the way I learned how to skate is my grandmother could skate. Yes, my grandmother was 50, 60 years old and could get out on the skating floor, y'all, and cut a rug. So, this particular morning, story time, by the way. Okay, so long story short, in the morning she would get up every Saturday morning and she would go gardening. My grandmother was a ladies lady, right? She was sweet and elegant and nice, but she will cut you. And I mean, she didn't cut you like cuss at you, but she would cut you and say something like, "Now you know that's not the truth." Or why would you say that? She would always make you think, if you will. I loved her. I miss her so much. But anyway, so she would get up in the morning and she would always just be doing her thing between 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. My grandmother was moving around the house. And if y'all know anything about staying with your grandparents, you can't stay long. You can't stay sleep long because she cooking and you want breakfast. You gonna go get you some cheese toast or you gonna get you some cinnamon toast. Anyway, so we this particular morning I said I'm going wherever she going at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going with her. So she would go walking up. We have it in Detroit. There's this place called Highland Park. It's like a little city on the side of the major city, and they have everything that a regular city has, just about, give or take a few municipalities. But anyway, just remember everything they tell you about Detroit ain't all bad because you got me, and I'm amazing. But anyway, so she gets up this morning and she goes and she does her thing and I'm following her. I said, "Grandma, can I go with you?" She was like, "If you put some she said, "Make sure you brush your teeth, put on some clean socks." And yes, you could go with me. So I'm like, "Bet." I'm getting ready to go. So it was me, my grandmother, and my cousin Rico. God rest his soul. He is not here with us. And I'll tell y'all a story about that later. But anyway, so um we go walking to Highland Park and we come to this thrift store. We go to the thrift store, we go to the bank. I mean, we just hanging out at 5, 6, 7. Well, by this time it's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Anyway, so we go to the thrift store and my grandmother's rummaging through and seeing what she like. And I see, stuff. I'm a kid, so I want to grab stuff. I had to be like maybe 7, 8, maybe 8. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Anyway, so we're in the Salvation Army, and I see some skates. And I was like, "Oh, Grandma, can I have these skates?" She was like, "How you gonna get some skates and you don't know how to skate?" I said, "But Uncle Sire do it all the time. It can't be that hard." And all I could remember is thinking that if I knew how to skate, then I could go with my Uncle Sire on Saturday nights, right? If I knew how to skate, I could hang with the adults and the big people. And because I was the only girl, right? Oldest girl, but the only girl. There was nobody else to really hang with besides my Uncle Sire, my cousin Rico, and he didn't want to hang with me because I was a girl and too young, so I had to sit on the porch. I'll tell you a story about that later too. I got stories for you. Anyway, so we're at this the Salvation Army, and my grandmother, we take my shoes off and we try to see if the skates fit, and they do. So I'm like, "Grandma, I don't know how to do it." She said, "Well, just do it, just like a ballerina and just go like that." I'm like, "Grandma, it's not that easy. These things is wheels. I'm going to fall and bust my head." I had to fall at least 10 to 15 times in the store. So she had my shoes. So I'm like, "Okay, Grandma, give me my shoes." "Okay, Grandma, give me my shoes." Grandma, she looked at me and she smiled. She said, "Well, you won't learn how to skate unless you practice." I said, "Okay, but I don't want to practice right now." She said, "Well, only way you can get your shoes back is if you skate home." I'm thinking to myself, what? Skate home? Now, at this time, Highland Park, I told you, it's a little tiny city right next to Detroit. Home is here. The Salvation Army is here. So it's got to be like maybe 9 blocks and then the three major blocks to get to our house. Anyway, I said, okay. So I start skating and I'm falling. I'm skating and I'm falling and I'm falling and I'm skating and I'm skating and I'm falling and I'm falling and I'm skating. And I'm like, this is for the birds. Why is she doing this to me? Now I'm ready to cry because I feel like this is torture. My cousin, he is cracking up. Okay, he is literally dying laughing. He's like, "Come on, girl, you all right, girl? Come on, girl." And I'm thinking to myself, how y'all gonna just do me like this? Anyway, so I skate all the way home. That's right, I made it in one piece, kicking and scratching, bruises and everything. I love my grandma so much. Let me tell you what my treat was. Because I skated all the way home in those skates, I got to go skating that night with my grandmother, or my Uncle Sire, because he worked there, and Rico, of course. And I think Rico maybe have taken some of his friends. I can't remember. But I do remember my grandma was like, "Come on." Now, my grandma has pretty white hair. Gorgeous white hair. And at the time, she would always roll it up real tight. So we going, I'm thinking to myself, "Grandma, you going to go skating with a skirt on?" She said, "Well, it's clothes, isn't it?" I'm like, "Okay." We get to the skating rink, and I'm still falling, but I didn't care because I was with my granny. It was the best time of my life. It was the best moment that I can say, you know what? If I don't take nothing away from this life, keep falling down, keep getting up, keep going, keep going, because you won't know what you can do until you do it, right? Um, I learned so many valuable lessons from my grandmother. I learned so many valuable lessons from my dad, from my grandfather. Oh my God, I got stories about that too. I'm gonna have y'all cracking up when I tell y'all that story. But, and even though my mother is cruel, I learned a lot of lessons from her too. Um, you know, Perfection is always fleeting, and no one can be perfect. But I guarantee you this: you learn what you don't want to be, what you don't want to give to your children, what you don't want to give off into the planet, into the earth. I never wanted to be fake. I never wanted to come across that I wasn't authentic, because what you see is what you get. I didn't have the luxury of growing up on social media to be a certain way, right? Like, what you see is what you get. And if you don't like me, it's okay. Like, comment, subscribe, and then keep it moving. Anyway, with that being said, I skated all night. I had the best time. And my grandmother, she taught me, She wasn't playing. I said, she skated the skating floor the entire 4 hours. I said, Grandma, you're not getting off for nothing? She said, it's an exercise, sweetheart. She said, I said, but Grandma, you got to take a break. She said, listen, I came here to skate and I'm going to get my money's worth. And that's exactly what she did. Y'all, she outskated me and Sire the entire night. She just kept going round and round. Only time she stopped is when they had the couples and the triples, but still, my grandmother at 50 and 60 years old was on that skating floor. And she just reminded me that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You can do stuff. Don't count yourself out because of your age. Don't count yourself out because of maybe you have a disability, or maybe your past is haunting you, or maybe your future is, it seems like it's no positive outlook. Don't let things stop you from trying to do that thing that you want to do, because I guarantee you, when you do it, you're gonna be happy that you did. You're gonna be happy you did. Anyway, I'm so glad I can skate now. I'm so glad I'm good at it, and I'm so glad now. You know, I haven't quite mastered the backup yet, but nonetheless, I'm glad I can skate. I'm here in Georgia, and I skate all the time, so I'm thankful. Listen, have an amazing day. Have it on me, and this is just a bird's eye view of my life and where I've been and how I continue to push through, because we don't sweat the small stuff over here because everything is small. Peace. Have an amazing day again, and have it on me. Peace.